Now, obviously, no one knows how much Steam frame is going to be. Now, in previous videos, I've covered what the headset is going to be about, its features, it's going to be modular. Regardless of all of that, we just don't know how much it's going to be. And the suspected price before the announcement was around $1,000. So yesterday, or maybe the day before, I decided to ask everyone on X how much they're willing to pay. And what I didn't expect was there to be such a mass variation of what people are willing to pay. There is an average figure I think people do want to pay, and I think it's between $700 to $800. It's a bit of a random video and a bit of a random conversation, but it's something we haven't done on YouTube, and I know not everyone obviously follows me on X. But yeah, some of these prices are pretty interesting. So Glitch Fandango with £799. Control Pairs comes up with $1,200, not more than $800, $500 approximately. So I can't see this being $500. I can't imagine Steam just chucking out a brand new headset with eye tracking and all these features for $500, which is another conversation we've had in the past about what Meta have done to the pricing of VR hardware. So Lincoln Clay, he's a VR sim racer that I follow. Believe it or not, no link cable is pretty much a deal breaker, coupled with the fact I don't need it. Anything over $600 would be a no-go. So what he's saying there is at the moment, no one knows if you can play VR wired. I don't know why you couldn't. At the moment, something I need to figure out as well. And I'm assuming that is possible because if you're going to do long sessions in VR, it'd be better than swapping over batteries, just be able to plug in the headset to your PC. $1,200, $700, $500. This is the developer of Cactus VR, or says it will be dead on arrival. Now, I do not share that opinion personally. I think a lot of people are very hungry to get a VR headset that has a popular marketplace, but is away from Meta. And also, sadly, it's Brady brought up a tweet the other day that Walkabout Mini Golf is the first game that if you own it on Steam, it will be playable directly with the Steam frame without any real change to any code, which means you'd have a standalone version of that game and you won't need to buy it again. I'm not sure how that's going to be possible, by the way, but they reckon you can just remove the Meta SDK from it. Tuplov says, cannot wait, totally believe if the price is right. This could be the ecosystem play to challenge Meta. Yeah, and I've said that in the past as well. I think Meta really do need a competitor in the space. We've got $800. I like the dedicated Wi-Fi USB and built-in eye tracking. Same, that's why I'm very much interested in it myself. The equivalent hardware costs $650 to $750. Valve has been a partnership with AMD, making this a little bit cheaper. Hardware is one of Valve's smallest profit margins, so $750 to $800. And this is why I'm worried as well. If it does hit the $1,000 mark, is anyone going to be really considering this? Are they going to be thinking, dude, I can get the equivalent or close to in another standalone VR headset for much less money? 600, 700 euros, which is roughly the same as dollars, 800,000 euros, $799. And overall, the reason I wanted to make this video is because I think this actually sounds pretty promising. People aren't coming up with crazy low estimates. You know, I was kind of expecting people to be thinking $500, no more, $600, no more. But people seem to be willing to go above that for this. And I would assume that Valve are looking at all the discussions that are ongoing at the moment of what people are expecting to be paying. This guy says it'll be between $600 and $800. With Index controllers, it's about 1.1K. Frame uses market available components where Index had to have a lot of custom stuff made. Eye tracking can be added to the Index for around $100 with shipping prices. So yeah, $600 to $800 again. $600, $900 if controllers self-track like Quest Pro controllers. Now that I don't know about the self-tracking. I don't think they do self-track. I don't think anyone's mentioned the self-tracking, but $800 is optimal. Going up to $1,000 if it's comfortable and has good developer support. Tom Gentle says £600 to $700. Wow, look at this. 1,500 euros, which is $1,500. And then 2,500 if they add OLED. God damn it, dude. Some people are willing to pay crazy amounts of money for this headset. I'm guessing around 800, 700. Damn, this shit's expensive. I don't know how he's come to that conclusion because we don't know how much it is yet. But yeah, overall, I just think it's quite promising. You know, it's quite promising that people are looking at this and they're pricing it above or around Quest and above. And that's what I didn't expect. For 6 months or more, especially when I got with Bradley and we spoke about it, we both decided that $1,000 is roughly what this headset's going to be. So I do think there will be a shock factor if $1,000 is what it is, $999. But I also believe that a lot of people will take the plunge for that price. I just do. I think if the Wi-Fi adapter comes with it, which I'm sure it will, you get the controllers, you got eye tracking, it's got higher resolution than Quest, albeit a little bit of an improvement. And then you've got a better FOV. I think it's vertically better than Quest 3, but the same horizontally. But then again, we still don't know battery life. There was a tweet going about that the battery life is going to be around 1 hour for standalone games that are very intensive. That could really put the stops on a lot of stuff. If the battery life is less than Quest, which is currently, I reckon, around 2 hours. And actually, I've also noticed that my Quest 3 has got worse as time has gone on. So now I get about an hour and 45, an hour 40. And I've always been recording. So the 2 hours or 2 hours 15 I used to get, I've now lost like 30 minutes of game time now. And I have to rely on using my Bobo strap and Bobo batteries to get any decent length of game time, which is always going to be a problem with standalone headsets in general, and something some people like PSVR 2 owners haven't really dealt with yet. As much as it takes $1,500, $1,500, bare minimum $3K, depends. I mean, this is just like $800, $550, $700. So I think the ballpark figure is, like I said, I think people are hoping for $600-$700, maybe $800. I think above that, people are going to maybe wait for reviews to see what people say. And I don't think the big tech channels are the ones that are going to get the hits for the sales. I think it's going to be like VR users, you know, actual people who use VR a lot, not just dip in because there's something new. You know, the people who know VR headsets, they've tried other headsets. So yeah, let me know down in the comments, what are you guys willing to pay for Steam Frame? Personally, I've always got the figure in my head, $1,000. That is where I'm going to be. Anything less than that is a win, in my opinion. And I look forward to reading the comments.